This is a video tutorial of NBAC, a task designed to improve working memory and made more difficult over time. Today, I'll provide an example of 1BAC and 2BAC. Before you begin, decide if you will match cards based on their number or suit. Online versions of this game have you match based on both criteria, but we only have one of each card in a deck, so this is not possible. In these examples, I'll match based on number. To begin, place your deck of cards face down on the table. Flip over the first card and make note of the number. Here, I'm remembering that this card is an 8. Next, I will take this card and flip it over and place it to the right of my deck. I then will flip over the card at the top of the deck. Now, I must identify if this card is a match to the card on the right, based on their numbers. So this card is a 4, but I think this card is an 8. Therefore, I say that these cards are not a match to each other. Now I can flip over this card on the right, and I see that the 4 is not a match to the 8. Therefore, I was correct. Now I can take the 8 and remove this card from my pile. The card with the 4 will be flipped over and will take its place. And now I can repeat this process by flipping over the card on the top of the deck. Now I'm matching this flipped card to the card on the right. Here, I see that we have a 4. Now I have to remember if this card here on the right was also a 4. Since I think it was, I can say that these are a match. I'll flip it over and find that I am correct. Just like last time, I'll now get rid of that 4 on the right, and this 4 here from the deck will be flipped over to replace it. Once again, I'll flip the card from the top of the deck and continue this process of matching. On a separate piece of paper, make note of each time that you've made an error, either by stating that cards match when they do not, or stating that they do not match if they do. And repeat until you're at the end of your deck. 2BAC is played the exact same way as the previous example. However, now we must hold 2 cards in our memory rather than just 1. To begin, place the deck of cards face down just as before. Pick up the top card and make note of the number. In this case, it is a 4. Then, I can flip this card over and place it furthest to the right. I'll then grab another card from the top of that deck and make note of this number. This is also a 4, and I'll place this in the center. It's now important to remember that even though there's 2 cards face down, when you flip over a card, you'll match it to the rightmost card only. So, as I flip this card on the top of the deck, I see that it's an 8. Now, I have to see if this 8 here matches the card that's on the right here. Because I think that card is a 4, I'm going to say no match and check. And I was correct. Now I can take this 4 and I can place that card off to the side. These other cards will all shift 1 place over to the right. Once again, I flip the card at the top of the deck, and this time I see that it is a jack. I must determine if this jack is a match to the rightmost card. Now, because I feel that the card on the right is a 4, I'm going to say that these are no match. And when I check, I see once again I am correct. This card with the 4 can also be placed to the side, and we move all the cards 1 place to the right. I will continue the process of flipping over the card on the top of the deck and matching to the rightmost card until I've gone through the entire deck of cards. As you get faster and start making less errors, you can modify this task to make it more difficult. This includes holding more cards in your memory, and also trying this task in a more challenging environment.